for Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Kind of.
By audience, it's me.
Yeah, audience of one. A very appreciated audience.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast.
Shorts.
Joining me today is a man who, well, he's just tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. Welcome, Jacob.
Why, thank you. Let me introduce my co-host, a man who... can we stop running this franchise into the ground, please? Welcome, Drew.
Well, when you can't even get into one sequel without just completely ruining the spirit of the original,
True.
it just kind of just kind of annoys you.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing you can get annoyed at a franchise with one sequel. Also joining us tonight, as you probably heard, or today, actually, we're recording this in the middle of our patron-exclusive Discord hangout. Artsy Steph is joining us. How are you doing, Artsy?
Yay.
I'm doing good. Hey, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
At the very last minute.
Hey, that was like
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, because that like the last time you were on, you did
Also at the last minute.
Also last minute, which is props. Oh my gosh.
It was like the day before.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I can do that. Let me shuffle my schedule.
At least the next time you're going to be on the show, it's been set. The schedule's been
it's
set
scheduled.
for a while.
That is
Some
true.
plans.
Yes, it has been scheduled.
So yeah, tonight we're just doing a quick little discussion topic, so that we have this sitting in our back files in case we need it, probably in 2 weeks. Just a quick discussion on our thoughts on franchise fatigue.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, I think we're all movie watchers in general, not just cartoon watchers.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of fatigue going on with what's showing up in theaters right now.
Yeah, theaters and television overall. Yeah, so I got this inspired. I was inspired by your nerdy couch discussion.
Yeah.
And you have just a general topic, and I've always wanted to do something like this. And Drew brought up the idea. It's like, hey, we need to do some filler episodes. And it's like,
Yes.
why don't we do this discussion?
And I just so happen to be wanting to experiment with this idea that we've got for having Discord hangouts,
Yes.
which honestly I think does work for our patrons. So I was testing the tech, and Jacob said, well, I'll come over and we talk. Why don't we record the episode during that? I said, oh yeah, that'll work. That won't even cause me to have to do much extra. So
Exactly.
And then the more patrons and people you have, the more interesting the discussion will be, because
Exactly.
lots of people means very spirited opinions.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we are thinking of opening up this reward for $1 patrons.
Yeah.
As our starting point.
Nice.
So at least maybe that'll get some more people to hop in and
Exactly.
support us. So yeah, franchise fatigue.
Yeah, is the subject for today's
Yes.
topic.
And alluding to the topic we just kind of we were talking about this just right before we started.
Yes, we did.
And then I mentioned it in our intro. I mentioned how Ralph Breaks the Internet. While I love Wreck-It Ralph, Wreck-It Ralph itself is
Amazing
still one of
film.
my favorite Disney
Amazing.
films,
Super good.
especially of that era, but maybe overall. Its sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet, makes me angry on multiple levels because Vanellope
Breaks the internet.
Well, it's
It breaks
Vanellope
the-
that forgot the lesson of the first movie.
That
and
is true.
completely destroys because
Yeah.
And
well,
everybody applauds her for it.
we needed a sequel. We needed a sequel. We needed an excuse to get them to the internet. What's our excuse? Vanellope's tired of being a racer, which she fought so hard for in the first movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Make her go turbo.
Yeah, make her
Yeah,
go
make her
turbo.
go turbo and applaud her for it.
Yes,
And
because
a
that's
plotter for it. Yeah.
yeah. And that's like the easiest way I can describe what we're talking about.
Oh,
'cause-
yeah.
And granted, I think we're both. I think I could be wrong, but I think a lot of us watch the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff, and that's been very fatigued.
Oh, good
also
night.
recently.
I haven't watched any new Marvel or Star Wars stuff, I think, for
Fair.
like 3
Fair.
years.
That is
Just
fair.
because there's been so much.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been in the same boat.
And it doesn't help that it could have ended with Endgame,
Very
and
easily.
it would have been fine, but they kept going, and it felt like they didn't know where they were going.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's like,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like you had mentioned before when we were just chatting that it feels like homework.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Oh
you
my
have
gosh.
to know what's going on in this show and this show and this show.
In
To
order to
know
watch-
it's too much. It's too much.
Agreed. It is.
Yeah. Well, and to talk about a franchise that historically has been doing it better, I've been rewatching through like all of the Star Trek franchise
Oh.
for my own personal enjoyment.
Okay.
And I've had to take a couple breaks here and there because the show was not made to be watched 2 or 3 episodes a day for weeks on end. It was meant to be watched 1 episode a week and then take breaks in the summer. But it's amazing how even that show, that is like, they didn't fatigue it too much, even though it went for like years, like 20 years
Yeah.
from the beginning of TNG to the end of Enterprise. And yeah, we were starting to get tired, but just because it had been 20 years, not because the stories were getting poor.
Right.
And that's what I think a lot of our issue with a lot of the stuff is that it's not just that we're tired of seeing the same themes over and over again.
Right.
I think we're tired of seeing them done poorly.
Yeah. So I can also think of like you go back to the 1980s, 1990s with like all the horror films like Freddy.
Yeah.
You go back with Jason, all like Leprechaun, all those films. Be like you had a good start. They're gonna be like I've only seen like a small handful of these, and be like you see like even like historically, be like you go to Freddy's Dead, and everyone's like
Yeah.
finally because it's kind of worn out its welcome. Like a series that be like started strong, and due to the box office success, the financial success, it's like we got to keep pumping, keep pushing
Yeah.
this stuff
Yeah,
out.
I noticed that. It's like nostalgia bait. I think that's the
There's a
term
lot of
people
that,
use
yeah.
now.
A lot of it.
Yeah. It's like because we made money on this, we need to make more. Even whether the story or anything else is good, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Content matters more in the modern day, it seems like,
agreed.
than actually it being quality. And that's, I think, part of the issue is like we want, as much as I've loved the Marvel stuff, at least before Endgame. Because I mean, they before Endgame. I mean, like, yeah, there were movies I didn't like as much,
Right.
And there were some I would even say, yeah, that was pretty bad. It's like I knew I could that I could get through that one to watch the next one, and the next
Right.
one was probably going to be good if we had one bad one here and there. And yeah,
Yeah.
there were problems, but then it's just like it felt like they kept spending the loyalty or the goodwill that they had built up over those years with some of the other ones. It's not to say that in the post Endgame that they were all bad. There was some there I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just
can I
like
talk about the
it got
the
worse and
loyalty
worse and
you were
worse.
referring to? Because
I say loyalty. That was the wrong term.
well, no, I think that's a good.
But
term
that's how
because-
they think of it.
you think about Loki.
Yeah.
There's a point, like, you know how Endgame was such a thing. Get the Infinity Stones. Tony's dead. All that
Yeah.
stuff, and then they go to Loki, and in the TVA, spoilers for this if you
Yes.
don't know,
Yeah.
this is just a small detail, where they have a bunch of Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in
they
a
are
basket.
and they're used as
Oh,
paperweights.
These as paperweights. And it's like, dude, you just slapped in the face the emotional buildup you just made. Like, this didn't even matter. Smack. Like, it's like, don't do that.
Well, I think
Like,
in the course of that story, and this is me playing devil's advocate, it's like it made sense. It's like, oh yeah, we live outside of where those are useful, because
Right.
that's kind of what the TVA was. It was outside of where the stones were of any use. But then at the same time, it's like, maybe this story could have waited a while.
True.
Yes. Maybe that would have helped. Just like, don't have it so soon after the heartbreak and the like, just
Granted, I like
emotional stakes.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong. I actually like the first season of Loki. I didn't get to the second one yet, but yeah, I get what you're saying, because there was a lot of what's going on and how is this hooked in, and I don't know. I feel like the multiverse was a mistake when it comes to Marvel.
That
So-
tends to be when I like what's the word? When I kind of check out of a show, tends to be when they have too many characters and too many different
Yep.
universes.
Agreed.
That tends to be my my exit point.
Oh, agreed. There was a great point where it'd be like I went to go see what was it, Spider-Man: Far From Home, like the most recent one they did.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah.
Yeah, No Way Home, which was a fantastic film. Do not get me wrong. So I remember it'd be like getting ready to watch the film. Be like, I watched it, and I'm like, wow, this is a really good film. And my brother Jim, who's been on the show, he said, have you watched Loki, right? It's like, no. Be like, you won't understand any of it. It's like, well, I understand what the concept of what's going on. I don't need to know all the information.
You didn't need. That's the thing. Is you really didn't need to watch Loki for that because they explained enough in the context of the story.
Exactly.
But there were a couple of Easter eggs from Loki that showed up there.
which
so
is
if you
irritating.
knew it,
Right.
if you knew it, it was like this is a cool little Easter egg. But if you didn't need to know that. But of course, 5 minutes on the internet, all the spoilers are out there, and
Yeah.
and it's like
Spoilers without context on Twitter. Is
oh my
entertaining.
gosh, that'll rip your heart out. But it's just like,
and they have and the movie studios and the game studios and everybody else have no reason to stop it because now fear of being spoiled is what gets you to the movie theater.
exactly.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's like the worst form of FOMO.
Oh, good night. So
Yep.
I think one of my main issues with, because you go back to heck the late 90s, early 2000s, be like you would have like Spider-Man come out, and then like X-Men would come out like a year later or something like that.
Yeah.
Different studios, what have you. But be like, it wasn't this, but like we need to overload our audience with everything in order to get their attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays, be like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which again, be like I haven't like you said, be like I haven't watched all of them, and I had a relative really rake me across the coals because I haven't watched all of them for various other political reasons, whatever. But you know, it's nice. Like I run into this relative all the time. I love him to death, but it's more, you haven't watched this, and be like, well, that kind of makes you sound like you're the R word. It's like, what?
No.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a chance to watch something, I don't think that's a reason for judgment.
Yeah,
If you
agreed.
have a legitimate reason for not wanting to watch something,
Yeah.
I don't think you really. I think that should be understandable for most people.
Oh, agreed.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But it was more the.
Now I will admit so that when. And I have been bad about this. I know, because I know there have been plenty of times where it's like, you don't know this thing? And I'm wanting to talk about it, but I can't talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for you because I know you're going to get to it eventually. And it's like, I want to talk about it, but I can't talk about it. And will you just watch the show?
Yeah, no, I get
Fair.
that feeling. I understand that.
Yeah.
There's been times when I've done that to Jacob.
Oh, good. Nice.
And,
Yes.
and I've tried
Good
not.
night.
I try to hold back. It's like, I want to talk with this, but I know you're going to watch it eventually, and I don't want to spoil it for you because even though you've said spoilers are okay, I don't want to be that guy.
Fair. That is fair, and I
You
do
know what's
appreciate that.
funny?
What's that?
I am an anomaly in that I actively look at spoilers and I like spoilers.
Huh.
I am an odd duck. I know. Like, if a movie comes out, for some reason, Wikipedia is amazing for finding the synopsises of movies
agreed.
pretty soon after they come out. And I'll go, oh, cool. I kind of wanted to watch this. Let me see what it's about. And, like, people are like, are you okay if I spoil this? Like, 100%. Yes, I don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I know, like you said, not everyone's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it just depends.
I prefer to be okay. I have this issue, and Jacob will back me up on this because we've watched movies together a lot.
Yes.
I'm usually the guy who's about 5 minutes ahead of the movie. Like, you'll be sitting there, and I'll just start going, and Jacob's looking at me going, what is wrong with you? It's like, the cool thing's about to happen. The cool thing's about to happen.
It's
like, so to me, one of
I've
the
picked up on it more recently.
I don't normally get sucked into a film generally. I'm always there's always that barrier between me and the film. And I'm just kind of used to it at this point where I'm like,
yeah.
I'm never like, what's the word they always use when you say sucked in?
Oh, come on. Not absorbed.
In the moment, absorbed.
No,
yeah.
it's like either way. I almost never experienced that. So when I do experience it, I appreciate it, but that's not going to happen if I already know it's coming.
That is true.
Now, that being said, I'm going to jump back to Star Trek because I have a story yesterday. because I made a mistake before we recorded the episode yesterday. Because I was watching some Star Trek while doing notes and other stuff, and I got to this episode called Ethics in Next Generation. Not to get into the bulk of everything, and I will say I am about to spoil an episode from the 1990s.
Sure.
I don't think anyone here cares.
No.
But in this episode, Worf, the Klingon on Next Generation, he gets paralyzed, like from the neck down. And of course, this being a Klingon, and normally in Klingon culture, they if a Klingon was found that way, they would just let that person die. But he's on a Federation starship where they try to save everybody, and there is a ritual where he can commit suicide, but it ends up not happening because, well, pretty much Wrecker says, I would help you if I could. But unfortunately, dude, I did some research on this stupid little ritual of yours, and the only person who can do it is your son. And you're going to have to look into your 6-year-old son's eyes and say, give me the knife if you're going to do this.
Ooh.
And Worf finally steps and says, okay, we're not going to do that. I will go through the experimental procedure. And what happened to me is he's going through this procedure, and they do such a good job. Bear in mind, I know well in advance that not only does Worf survive this episode,
he's fine. Yeah,
he's gonna be in like 2 more seasons of Next Generation, 4 movies,
DS9.
and then 7, and then 5 seasons of DS9. Worf is going to be fine. Okay, I know this, and I'm watching, and he basically dies on screen.
Huh.
Like during surgery.
On the table.
Good.
On the table.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, this was like it's at the end, nearly the end of the episode, and they do a whole thing where the Crusher goes in and tells Alexander, "I'm sorry," and he says, "I want to see him," and they go in, and then like Crusher just barely sees like a twitch on Worf's eyebrow. Goes, wait a minute, he might still be alive because of the Klingon redundancy systems or whatever. Because Klingons have tons of redundant organs, and they explained that earlier in the episode. So it's like it came out of nowhere. And but at the same time, I'm watching this an hour before we're supposed to be talking about Treasure Planet, and I'm supposed to be kind of happy fun guy, right? And my heart is breaking over here. And my heart is breaking over here because Worf is one of my childhood heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, he's cool, and I'm watching this, and he's dying in front of me.
Oh yeah.
I know he's going to be fine, but that changes nothing because they shot this very well. It's like it really does feel like he's dying, even though I know he's going to be fine. So I had to go take a shower after the episode went off to feel better.
Oh man.
But they did this after 5 seasons.
Okay, that's fair.
And I have watched those in the last year, and I still felt like this. And that's how I knew that show was not fatiguing me in any way, shape, or form. And it's like, if they can do that, why can't everybody else? And you know what? You don't have to watch every episode.
No.
They was designed to be watched in any order for the most part. Yeah, you were rewarded for keeping up with the continuity for everything, because it's like it fits very well. It's amazing how well it fits together.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I didn't have to tune in every week. I could miss a couple episodes, come back, watch that one later, or skip a bad episode, because heaven knows there's a ton of bad episodes.
Right.
And yes, I'm saying that about a franchise I love, by the way.
Right.
But it was like, if they can do that in the 90s, why must we be so serialized today that I have to watch a movie that I absolutely hate to keep up with a franchise I enjoy? I should not have to do that.
Exactly.
I should be able to skip one. Should that make sense for like going into Endgame and I've missed like half of the MCU? Okay. No, that one makes sense.
Right.
But I shouldn't have to watch every single one to get the big points.
Okay. So there's one point I want to bring up, because I always tell the story. I thought it was hilarious. So I worked with a young lady years ago where I worked, and she was like 16, 17 years old. And and a bunch of our friends were going to go see Endgame. She had not seen a single thing up to that point of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She knew who Iron Man was.
Been lost.
She was lost as a goose.
Yes.
She was like, what's going on? I know who Robert Downey Jr. is. I think he's cute. But everybody else was like, I have no idea. I was like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that to yourself?
Exactly.
You don't know.
I don't know. It's like I understand you didn't watch them because you weren't interested, and you haven't played catch up since that point, which is fine.
Oh yeah.
You're allowed to not care about a movie.
Oh yeah. Or
That seems like wrong to say around some people, but you're allowed to not
Some
keep
people
up.
get so defensive.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
No, you have to watch everything. No,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't have time
I've
to
got
watch
a
everything.
sibling who does that.
I don't have time to watch everything. I go work for a living.
I have a life.
I have like a couple hours, and guess what? I like playing a lot of video games that take a long time to play through.
That is fair.
So
That is fair.
I'm not going to be able to watch everything, and plus,
For sure.
I got to watch stuff for this podcast that takes
Exactly.
precedence over
People are
anything
like
else.
that with anime. I notice
yeah.
people are like, you have to watch everything. Like,
oh,
no,
yeah.
I
No.
Don't have the time. I have to be selective. And besides, if that means I have to watch some perverted thing, that's nearly pornography.
Yeah, no.
And it's not pornography just because they checked a little checkbox. I'm sorry, I don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, like the industry right now, because they're always wanting to push out like, oh, let's do a reboot of this. Hey, let's go back to this 90s
Every
thing.
5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Something
make a new.
they're-
Okay, I just found out that they are making a new police squad.
Yeah.
Naked Gun movie.
Naked Gun movie.
It's starring Liam
I
Neeson.
saw
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. That
now-
looks hilarious.
That does look funny, but there's a part of me that's going, yeah, but I sat through the Vacation remake and wished I hadn't. How is this going to be better? I am actively interested and worried about Spaceballs remake or
the
sequel.
sequel. Oh my
I'm curious about
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
I'm
too.
like, this could be good. This could be garbage. And I'm afraid the only reason it got greenlit is because nostalgia. And let's face it, Mel Brooks doesn't have much longer.
That's true.
He's
gotta-
98.
He's
we-
not- yeah, he's 98
We
years
got to
old.
get it out while he can still be yogurt.
Yes.
Before he becomes yogurt.
Yes.
Yogurt.
Yep.
But
We don't have barf though, unfortunately. No barf.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
no barf.
yeah.
No barf. Maybe we'll get a barf junior.
Yes, I love a barf junior. But that's the funny thing. It's like we're still joking about it.
Yeah,
And like
but
we're
it's-
still excited to see it, but at the same time, it doesn't need to exist.
But,
It's such a weird
Right, but
balance.
the thing is, but the thing is, it's not worn out yet.
Yeah.
True.
Look
That
at
is true.
Jumanji.
It hasn't been.
Jumanji's
Oh,
definitely
gosh,
yeah.
Jumanji.
Jumanji's wore out at this
Yeah.
point, and I was
that's
actually
4
excited.
films.
I was actually excited for its first sequel. It's like that could be funny, and I saw it and I thought, yeah, that was a fun, interesting thing.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it ending here. And then they made another one, and you just told me they made a fourth I didn't even know about.
I think there's 3 or
Maybe
4.
the fourth one?
I don't know.
Okay, I know there's the original one. I know
There's the
that
original
the
one.
game
There's the video game
And
one, and there's one that's a
there's
sequel
the
to that.
second
Yeah, there's a
video
sequel to that
game
one.
That's got
So
Danny
I think it's
DeVito
3.
in it.
I think it's 3. I think it's 3.
Maybe 3, but it's like it didn't need the third one. It was done.
They're gonna do a fourth one. They absolutely
They
will.
shouldn't.
They will.
shouldn't.
They will.
Because
Because right now in the industry they can't leave anything alone.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's another
Yes.
Fast and Furious movie coming.
There is.
And I was
They're
like,
shooting it right now.
25.
and I'm sitting here going, I haven't even watched the second one yet.
Dude, did you know that they announced Toy Story 5?
Yes.
They
Yes.
started storyboarding for it.
We're aware, and that the
Oh,
villain
God.
is a leapfrog iPad.
Yeah.
I saw.
Oh my word.
It's like-
the next villain is technology.
And I'm sitting
Yeah.
there going, you had the perfect ending at the end of 3. And fourth,
Yeah,
and fourth
exactly.
was, while okay, was only
didn't need to be
okay. And
Yeah.
Woody left the gang at the end of the fourth one.
Exactly.
How's he
So
getting
what's gonna
back?
happen with the next one?
So what are they
it's just
gonna do?
be
Are-
Buzz and Jesse?
So what are they going to do? Are they going to go back in time and tell this story, or what are they going to do? So
No, because it's got a Leapster iPad or whatever.
So
So,
Yeah.
it's gonna
and it's
be
probably
current.
gonna be what's the name of the new girl that took Andy's
Jessie?
spot?
no.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, that's
it's
it, Bonnie.
probably going to be her getting an iPad, and
God.
she's going to turn into an iPad kid.
Yeah. Oh my word. But
That's the funny thing. There's always that push-pull of like, okay, I like the jokes
Yeah.
that this could lead to,
Right.
But it doesn't need to exist.
It doesn't need to exist. They could do like a from the universe of Toy Story and have all new characters having to deal with this,
Exactly.
and I would be
They
fine.
did, yeah, side
That's
stories. Well, they tried
the
with
main
Lightyear, and that didn't really work.
The what now? Oh,
They
Lightyear.
tried with Lightyear.
That's
kind of to make like a
that's
spin-off,
different than
but
what I'm
not-
talking. That is different from what I'm talking about because that movie has other
Okay.
issues.
Yeah.
I'm saying you take the toys as character, toys as people idea, new characters, new setting, but in that same motif, and tell those stories.
Yeah.
So that you might still get Tim Taylor. Tim Allen as a Buzz Lightyear toy.
Yeah.
You might get somebody, but maybe Woody doesn't come back. Maybe you've got a whole that
A
would
new
give you an
crew.
excuse. And granted, most of the original Toy Story cast has unfortunately passed away now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
So you're gonna have to be hiring new people anyway. Why not make a brand new movie just set in that same setting?
Yeah. Because most of the industry now, they're looking at, oh, what was popular in the 90s? What was popular in the 80s? Let's bring that back. Let's
do
not
that, yeah.
Yeah.
let's not do something new. Well, granted, there are a bunch of new films coming out with new IPs and everything, but they don't get the press like, like big studios will do.
Critical failures.
Yeah.
Even if people love them, they don't tend to pan.
and they expect so much out of them that there's in many cases no way they can actually fulfill those expectations.
Exactly.
That's like I was telling you earlier, Drew, that I was watching reviews for Elio, and like it was very one side or the other. It was either it was great or it absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
And I think the thing
that's
is
our culture
maybe
now.
we expect a little too much.
We do. It's definitely the culture because now it's more.
It's either got to go viral or it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn, yeah.
There is no gray area anymore.
There is no
And
gray.
I'm sitting there going, the gray area is where I spent most of my entertainment life and enjoyed a lot of stuff
And
there
enjoyed it,
that was
yeah,
maybe not
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining because it told a good story within its means.
Yeah.
To bring it back to Marvel, what is 90% of Marvel's problem is each movie is trying to be Avengers.
Yeah.
They don't all need to be Avengers.
Yeah.
And then like they try so hard to do that kind of same thing in the shows, but with a budget that's more
And so you
more restrictive, yeah.
And so you get this horrible looking version of She-Hulk, which granted when I first saw the She-Hulk,
cool.
I thought she looked fine, but then like the more I watched it, the more I realized, oh yeah, this is not as detailed a model as the Incredible Hulk standing right next to her. And then there was a couple of other instances of that. It was like, really? Do we need that in a show like this? But okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I know the one you're talking about. Makes no sense.
And that's before you get to the episode that breaks the fourth wall at the very end.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah, where they start going absolutely crazy.
And I'm sitting there going, Deadpool, this ain't, because Deadpool does this fourth wall break so much better.
Oh, okay. So there's a good point. So recently, I was sick as a dog for like a week. I was off work. I was some kind of virus that was going around, and I think I got it from my wife. And so I was
Kid crud.
Yeah, kid crud, whatever. But this was like bad. This was just horrible. I never missed work, and I was like, I can't. I'd be like, I'm having a hard time breathing. Be like, I think I need to go home, and I never do that.
Sure.
So so I watched Deadpool 2 finally, and I was like, it's okay of a film. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a decent film. Like it's not great. It's not one of these. Oh my gosh!
I'll never tell you it's great, but I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's very nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Reference.
So this is where I have the problem going forward now. So the precedent of what Deadpool Wolverine did is going to have a terrible ripple effect on the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because people are now expecting with every Marvel Cinematic Universe to have references, reference this, reference this, call back to this, guest appearance by this one character who showed up in this one movie.
Okay.
And everybody's going to lose their mind if they don't see it. And you can have a fantastic movie that comes out and people are like, this isn't good. It isn't this movie. It's like, well, it's this movie. Just enjoy the movie for what it is, people.
Rentmaster activated.
Thank you.
This audio clip owned by Nate Marchand of the Monster Island Film Vault. For more information, please go to monsterislandfilmvault.com.
Okay, I want to rebut real quick.
Okay. Rebut it.
Your point is not Deadpool and Wolverine's fault.
No, it's not.
It is movies before that point. It's No Way Home is the problem there. No Way Home was the first one that did the references.
Okay, got it.
I loved it in No Way Home.
Yeah, it was great.
I remember the hilarious point of sitting in the theater and Andrew Garfield shows up and some guy on the other end of the auditorium says, "We want the real Spider-Man." And then 5 seconds later, Tobey Maguire shows up. And it's like,
and
okay,
everybody loses their mind.
That was fun. That was cool. But that's really what you want to. That's really your issue. It's like all what Deadpool and Wolverine did is because of that, and you can blame that even on.
I think you're right.
Another movie we reviewed, when we actually reviewed. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
granted, we love those films. We're looking at doing the sequel. We're looking at doing the sequel, and it's because those movies are well done. But the problem is, when you get something like, what's my best example? Oh, Love and Thunder.
Oh, dear Lord.
Where they are just introducing characters out the wazoo, and you're sitting there going, who are these people?
Just because.
Yeah, just because.
And are they going to come back up again?
Nope.
No?
Never.
It's like, here's a wild idea. If because at the time, we thought the main villain was supposed to be Kang the Conqueror before that actor got himself into lots of trouble.
Right.
That's another reason why you should be very careful with these connected universe things. Yeah. But, you should have, if you're going to do that, introduce that character sooner instead of us going through an entire phase and going, I don't know what's going on. Why do I care about any of these events?
Right.
But
if you're going to do a cinematic universe and you're going to connect this together, I need to know why I should care about the overall story.
Right.
Right.
But at the same time,
then you start running into the problem of the having to do homework. So it's like a weird.
That is true. That is so true.
But it's the difference between having to do homework and getting to revisit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting, because you look at, say, the lead up into Endgame. Yeah, there's not a lot of those I cared to see again, but I rewatched every Marvel film from Iron Man to Captain Marvel.
But he skipped Incredible Hulk.
I did not. I did watch all of them.
Oh, okay.
Because I was excited. I was looking forward to it. Because bear in mind, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
So we'll see what happens.
Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel was still in theaters when Endgame came out. Yes. The week Endgame came out, went back to the theater and watched Captain Marvel. I don't even really like the movie Captain Marvel, okay? You remember my feelings on that.
Yeah, I agreed. I enjoyed it.
The only good thing about the movie is Goose, in my opinion.
That's true.
Because I didn't really care about Carol Danvers going Super Saiyan. But I went back, but I was excited to.
Yeah.
I am not excited to go back and rewatch anything from Phase 4 Beyond. I'm not even really collecting anymore. I have, like, most of MCU up to the end of up to Endgame on my shelf back here, and I haven't kept up with it since then because I just don't care to, because it went from I'm getting to revisit this stuff and enjoy it to I have to watch this in order to remember what's going on, and I just don't care. I did not. Right. There's a lot of the TV shows I didn't even finish. I watched 2 or 3 episodes.
A lot of them. The Marvel ones I have not.
Because the thing is, I wanted to get into it. It's like, surely it's going to get better. Because I really do like the MCU in general. But it's like, I'd get 2 or 3 episodes into it. It's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. you lose interest in them.
I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care about Nick Fury having to deal with the Skrull on Earth.
All the Skrulls, yeah.
I don't care about any of this other stuff. It's like, you could do some really cool stuff with this, but it's so boring to watch because you're trying to make movies as TV shows, and that's your problem, Marvel.
Yeah, like they're trying too hard almost.
And
they are.
And you couple that with the fact that around the same time as I don't remember which. I think it was before actually even the one I was talking about with Nick Fury and the Skrull. We had X-Men 96 or X-Men 97.
X-Men 97.
And that was wonderful.
It was great.
And yeah, you actually did have to remember some stuff from X-Men, the original X-Men show. And I'm so glad that we watched through all of X-Men before X-Men 97.
Yes.
Not that was really the full intention. It's just that's how things landed, and we were super excited to.
What? You don't want to wear leather?
What would you prefer? Black leather?
Black leather? Yes.
Exactly.
Love it. Love it.
But at the same time, it's like I was excited to do that. I don't really care about being. Yeah, I'm going to go watch Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday is coming out December of next year.
Yeah.
Am I excited for it?
yeah,
Sure.
right.
You know what I'm not going to be doing? I'm not going to be watching through all the X-Men films or through all the Marvel films just to make sure I catch all the little things, because you know what? I don't care that much now.
Sure.
Yeah. That's why you have the
Google it
fatigue.
afterward and you go, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or you watch
oh,
one of
that
those
reference.
videos where they're like, here's all the Easter eggs you missed.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
I'll go check out Screen Crush after the fact, but past that,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because be like you have the example of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have the Snyderverse, you have like all these different granted, some are
Snyderverse.
really really good, and then others are more like, okay, you've driven this into the ground. Stop beating a dead horse.
It's to a point where next month we have the new Superman film that James Gunn is doing. That is
right.
the start of a new DC cinematic universe.
Yes.
I both am interested. I want to go see it because I want to see a good Superman movie, because I don't feel I've gotten that since Christopher Reeve.
Ooh.
Well, it's like they have so many
Opinions.
false starts.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
And it's like I want
like
and I'm super worried. It's like they're going to treat this in a very poor way. But except the thing is, James Gunn has said a lot of things that I really do appreciate about his approach to all this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is another issue kind of with the franchise fatigue is that the expression when I said that, I'm sorry.
No
It's all
worries.
good.
No worries.
I say words wrong all the time. You're in the right camp.
But
To quote an old podcast I used to listen to, words are hard.
Yes, they are.
there. But there was a lot of Superman attempts
There were.
and false starts and franchises that try and they just don't get started, or they kind of start and then they die.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think that's the problem with the fatigue of, they're going to make this another franchise and it's going to flop. Like, that's kind of like
That's my worry.
the assumption.
Yeah.
And like, it's like we get tired of them trying to make it into 3 movies or 10 movies or whatever. Like,
Just
we're tired of everyone trying to become Marvel.
Just make
You know
a
what I
good
mean?
single movie and let that be enjoyable, and
Exactly.
just do that, because there used to be a time where people went to the movie theaters on Fridays just to watch whatever the new movie was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's not how things are anymore, and they
wasn't.
wonder why theaters are dying.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. Speaking of single movies, this is going to be a very controversial opinion for those of Star Wars fans, because I've been told that this movie is terrible and I liked it a lot. Is Rogue One.
Oh, I love Rogue One.
Rogue One's amazing.
Like,
Loved
I
Rogue One as a movie.
I have decided that if I ever get the pleasure of introducing someone to Star Wars, we're starting with Rogue One, because it is the perfect introduction to this universe, because you don't have to understand the magic.
No, you don't.
And you don't, yeah.
And
it's
you
almost
get a
like-
you get good scared of Darth Vader, and it starts, which is what you should be, so that when he does have the heel turn at the end, it feels good.
Yeah.
It does, yes. And, it's
and
like
the
that
one
to me
Star-
is an example of a single that's good in a franchise. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what franchise it is. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Right, Jake?
Make good movies. How hard is that to understand, Hollywood?
Yeah, because now everything's be like, it's got to be sequels, it's got to be prequels. It's we got to reboot this and be like, I understand. Be like I said before, there are directors, there are writers out there who are doing really good work. They're not getting a lot of publicity because they're not the big tentpole movie. Like heck, they're coming out with
'cause they
another
don't have a
Jurassic World
recognized
movie
IP.
again. That makes 7 films, and like I think it's like.
It's like
4 seasons of a television series.
Yeah, that I didn't watch.
Yeah.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week, we suggest checking out The Rushmore Show. The Rushmore Show is the place for ranking the ultimate top 4 in sports, video games, nostalgia, movies, and so much more. Each week, Andy and Kirk spark engaging discussions and friendly debates, making The Rushmore Show your compass in the realm of pop culture rankings. You can find more of them at youtube.com/The Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: Ashley and Francisco Ruiz, thanks Roy, PaulJPowers.com, The Monster Island Film Vault, Edwin Gonzalez, and Artsy Stuff. If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, some special art from Jacob, or uncut episodes, or for an additional $5, you can force us to review something within reason, then donate to us on Patreon. Also, please check out our Redbubble store for more, for t-shirts, stickers, any kind of, all of your merch needs. So please check us out there.
Can I say another controversial take?
Sure.
Oh, be as controversial as you want. We're good with it. So
I
far,
loved
we
Electric
agree
State.
with you.
Oh, I know. I loved Electric State on Netflix. Everyone said it was horrible. It was a flop. It's because they put so much money into it, and it didn't return that, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But as a movie, as a new IP, I really, really like it.
Oh, okay. Definitely
So,
check it out. at some point.
I say I haven't seen it, so.
Basically, like, think of, I'm just going to try, this certified fresh and spoiler free.
Hey, hang on.
Oh, you got it.
Certified fresh and spoiler free.
I have the thing right here.
Perfect. Okay. So basically, it's an alternate future of the 1990s if Walt Disney had made robots with Disneyland and stuff, and they became part of life. The whole robot uprising stuff that most of those kind of things. But the interesting thing is they basically take what you would call now VR technology, and they kind of input it into their lives, and they used it to fight against the robots and win. But basically, everyone's just kind of checked out.
Right.
And it's this story of a girl who absolutely refuses to use that technology, even though it's like required throughout society. And her trying to, navigate, her brother's missing. She thought he was dead, trying to find him, and that kind of thing. But it's a really good mixture of funny action, alternate, kind of almost steampunky future, but with funny 90s technology. Like the VR headset thing looks like the VR headsets that they had in like the 90s arcades where they were big and bulky. It's one of those. So it's really interesting. And a while ago they always had those like art that people made where it was like an abandoned field and you'd find like a big rusted out robot that looked like Pac-Man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Basically that is the aesthetic of their world.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's just navigating that. It's really good. It's got a good emotional beat too, and there's Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt.
Of course.
It's really good.
I swear,
yeah.
if we find out Chris Pratt is playing Link in the Legend of Zelda movie, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's gonna be Tom Holland. Is who it's
Oh
gonna be.
yeah,
You know
Tom
it's
Holland
gonna be
actually
Tom
makes
Holland.
Tom
more
Holland
sense.
would work. Because
I still want it to be like somebody I don't know, but has kind of an Orlando Bloom quality.
Yes,
fair.
I think that would be good.
Fair.
He needs to have
Fair.
kind of a light elven, kind of immortal, femboy kind of look to him.
Yeah,
right.
But,
well, it's Link. It's not like he's
true.
called a fairy boy.
True. So here's a movie that's coming out. I think late this year and next year is Masters of the Universe. I think they're in the middle of shooting it right now because they're going to be like, I was a
picture.
Huh?
I saw the picture. They showed a picture of the actor from the back.
Yeah.
Wearing his He-Man outfit.
Yeah, because that was a series I grew up with because I'm an 80s baby. So yeah, so be like they did the TV series be like off and on, but they've never done outside the Dolph Lundgren movie because that was just
the 80s one.
yeah, the 80s one. Oh my gosh. If you've never seen it, go watch it.
I
It's
have not.
Good night.
it's cringy but fun. Cringy but fun. But because I know people to this day will just praise
Like
this movie.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, like
the
Street Fighter.
movie.
Oh my gosh, I hate that
Of
movie.
course.
Adventures in babysitting. That's what it makes me think of. Kind
Oh
of
my
that era
gosh.
Of
Well,
action-y.
let's face it, the modern version of what we're all talking about is the Minecraft movie.
Oh gosh.
That movie was I went to the theater and saw that because I thought this is going to be dumb, but it could be my kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And it kind of is, and also kind of isn't. It's like, you know what?
I
I
love
can
Minecraft.
I can appreciate everything I'm seeing here, but I also see where you're getting it all wrong. And Jack Black didn't need to be here.
Right. I play Minecraft constantly. Like I literally was just playing like 2 days ago. But I think I was playing yesterday. I was playing yesterday. But I wanted to go because of like I would know the references, I would know the sound. I love listening to like sound bites and hearing something I recognize. That's fun. But then I was like, do I want to spend money on Jack singing la 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 lava chicken? Like I wasn't
Steve's
sure.
on a chicken, yeah, it's tasty as heck.
Now you're ringing a bell.
Yeah.
But
It's like you get enough of that on the internet.
Peaches.
right. And part of it too was like looking at the one lady who's in everything and who was a great voice actor. I forget her name, the principal lady, romancing a villager.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Like it's just so. I ended up not. I'll probably rent it if I watch it. but
I'm just saying I am so thankful that I got to the theater before the chicken jockey incident started.
Oh gosh, I keep hearing
I
about
was
that.
actually nervous to try it. I'm like, are we gonna have kids just like pelting popcorn everywhere?
I was
'Cause
so
they see
glad.
the grown-ups doing that.
Like I said, I was so glad I got to it before that started because
Right.
I see chicken jockey in the thing. It's like, I don't get this joke. Is this because you're saying this like it's a joke? And then after the fact,
He's
I'm
just saying a thing.
and then
He's just saying
afterwards
what it
I'm
is.
seeing all these videos of him getting the chicken jockey thing and people like destroying the theater because he said it like it was their activation phrase.
I know. The plaintiff cried to grab a live chicken and have it in the theater and pelt popcorn.
Oh, that I didn't see.
that was online. Someone said it was so
all I know is
weird.
I saw a theater get destroyed.
Oh my.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
had a video. It was a guy, I think, either wearing a creeper mask or something else. He was literally on someone else's shoulders and had a live chicken.
Oh
he was
my.
probably 25.
Wow.
No shirt, live chicken in the theater. I don't understand.
Why?
I don't understand.
Why did they let you in the theater with a chicken? That's the
How
question.
did he get in the? He must have gone through the exit door. I feel like he must have.
That should have set off the fire alarm.
Or he was wearing a coat and had the chicken underneath,
Even then.
or in a bag. Who knows?
In his backpack.
Yeah, in his backpack. It's like, oh, just
Dude, can
don't
you
mind the
imagine-
clucking. We're fine.
Can you imagine? Okay, you know how they have those backpacks that have the little porthole to like
Oh
put
my
your
gosh,
dogs and your
yes.
little dogs in there? Can you imagine he did that?
He put a chicken in it.
He put a chicken in his backpack. This is my emotional.
This is my emotional support
Animal.
chicken. This is Camilla being. It's like Gonzo. It's like Gonzo going to the. Him and Camilla, they're dating, and it
so
happens to be the Minecraft movie, and Gonzo would be the one to instigate that chicken jockey
would.
moment.
Oh my god.
Speaking of a franchise that needs to be rebooted, is
Oh, the
Muppets.
because I feel like the fatigue is artificial with them more than anything else. 'cause
Yeah.
people don't know how to accept it anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like they're like, oh hey, the Muppets, they exist.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a thing.
You know, like their thing. Yeah, because I remember you guys were doing the Muppet movie and the Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite Muppet movies.
Ah.
And I remember when I was little, when in the 90s and stuff, that was kind of like, it was almost like Mickey Mouse, where it was like a funny, cute, franchisey thing that existed and we all liked. But now it's just sort of like, oh yeah, I remember the Muppet movie.
Yeah, Muppets is the
You
thing.
know, it's more.
You see them in commercials nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are in commercials. Yeah,
But
And
they don't
end
know
up
what to
going
do.
random-
But Disney doesn't know what to do with them.
True.
Dude, did you see that they had Kermit do a commencement speech recently?
Yes. That's
No,
not.
what?
Have you watched Kermit the Frog's TED Talk?
Oh my.
Because Kermit the Frog's TED Talk is actually very interesting to listen to.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
But at the same
Intrigued.
time, it's a TED Talk made by a puppet.
Yeah, so
There
that means
is
you
that
got a
issue.
dude on his face at the floor.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh.
okay. But still, it was an interesting topic. It's like, so him giving the commencement speech was not a surprise. But I'm still sitting there going, you know, the Muppets quit being a big thing before these people were born.
True.
Yeah, that's the thing sometimes. And I remember being, you know, of that age, it'd be like, if I had Kermit at my commencement speech, I would be very confused.
I would too.
What? Why? What? Like, we've had some famous people come out of, like, my high school and stuff, so, like, someone connected to the school. But,
Right.
uh,
Do we have anything else to add before we wrap up?
So here,
Because I feel like we're getting to the point where we need to wrap up.
so we got into the
Probably.
franchise fatigue. So if there was a movie, like a solo movie or a movie that got two movies, that do you think that should deserve a sequel?
you mean any genre? Like,
Yeah,
any
any
genre,
genre.
any genre. It'd be like it's a movie you loved and never got a sequel, or deserved a sequel, and it just never got the publicity it needed.
See, that's burned me so often.
No. Yeah,
Because-
exactly.
because
it's
before
like, I don't
Ralph-
want them to ruin it.
Before Ralph Breaks the Internet, I would have said that about Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
And now I think they
Yeah.
should not have done that.
Fair.
But if we're talking about, like, oh no. That's not a good one. I'm looking at my rack of movies, trying to think what it is.
I can only bring up a completely unrelated topic of, and Drew, you'll understand this, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, yeah.
So
okay.
in video games, they had the first game he was in, he dies.
Yes.
So
Trust me, I
and
remember.
Obviously, everyone. No, not anymore.
Spoiler alert.
they put
He
him
dies
in
at the end of the movie, too.
everything. Exactly. Except not. Also not.
Yeah,
But,
never not.
you never not. That's the thing. Because they want him in everything, it's like, do you want your character or your franchise to die gracefully, respectfully,
I don't think
or do you want it to keep going?
See, here's the thing. To a degree, I don't think Shadow the Hedgehog's the one to go with that. Because while,
That was
yes,
the only one I could think of.
yes, the video game Shadow the Hedgehog is ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
The
Can you think of a movie?
the concepts in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
it's like those are very. They actually handle all of that like fairly well throughout the games, and are
Mm-hmm.
very respectful to even the bad stuff. In fact, I'm actually curious when they do bring Shadow the Hedgehog back for the movies, because you know they're going to, because
Because it was Sonic.
going to
Sonic
Sonic
Heroes.
Heroes.
That's what it was.
He showed back up in Sonic Heroes for no good reason. They never explained it
That's what I'm
when he
saying.
came back. They didn't explain it really until you got to Shadow the Hedgehog.
Right. And so that's the concept I mean. Do you want your franchise to die gracefully, or do you want it to continue and possibly get beaten to death?
That is
with
true.
movies.
That
that is a
is
good
what
point.
you run into.
Yeah. Because I think right now we're like Sonic the Hedgehog is right now, because you had the very successful 3.
Yeah.
And
We
yeah,
know
so
they're making Sonic 4.
they're making 4, but is that wise to do?
Right, because if you think about it, almost all of the good popular characters have been introduced. Yeah, you
That's right.
have Amy, and that does make sense, but she could, depending on what they do with her, that could either be really good or really bad.
True.
Shadow, I know, is like as long as you stay close to his basic story from Sonic Adventure 2 and that stuff, you'll be golden. But
Right.
if you don't adapt Amy correctly, I have bad thoughts of where that series is going to go. But to answer your
Right.
question, I think I did come up with one, and I'm fairly safe in that they'll never do it. and that is The Cat Returns.
Ooh,
Because see, I like The Cat Returns because to me it's
Wait,
like a feline
did
Doctor
that?
Who.
Ghibli.
Cat Returns is a
It,
sequel.
it is
from
it's
Yeah.
a spiritual sequel, and it has some of the characters, but the concepts are entirely different.
Oh, okay. See, I
If,
didn't know the
if
full
you've
story.
not seen, it's the one that came before that, which is
Whispers of the Heart.
Whispers of the Heart.
Yeah.
Those two movies share a couple of characters, but they don't share any story at all.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, so because it was entirely kind of reboot of the concept, because in the first movie the only time Carrie Elways is voicing the cat is in fantasy sequences of the main character.
Agreed.
Right.
There is
right.
no magic really in there. It's just daydreams.
Yeah.
is when the
Right,
cat
right.
actually shows up. So you get to The Cat Returns and it's pure like fantastical magical stuff. And Tim Curry being a cat, Tim Curry being a villain cat, which is hilarious.
Hilarious. He's
Oh,
Tim Curry.
nice.
But here's the thing: is I would love to, in a degree, I would love to see someone adapt that into like a kind of a Sherlock Holmes type of or Doctor Who show, basically. With that, they'll never do it because I think I'm
Right.
one of the few people who just is in love with that film.
Sure.
But I think you have. I think if as long as you are very careful, which is true of a lot of this, you could have a pretty decent movie series come out of that would be interesting and be mostly original stories.
Oh,
Right.
It'll never happen.
that is true.
I think one loophole that they have done sometimes with specifically Ghibli, they've done some shorts that were sometimes semi-successors to the movies, like specifically for Totoro,
Yeah.
which was my absolute childhood favorite.
Love Totoro. It's the only movie
So-
that's gotten a perfect score on the Cellcast.
They did a short later, and it was about a cat bus, but it was a kitten.
Yes.
And it's with May.
May and the Kitten Bus.
May and the kitten bus. So
And it was
so you
made
can-
and it was made for the Studio Ghibli Museum in Japan.
Oh, how cute! I didn't even know that. So yeah, you can definitely have smaller things, but you don't necessarily have to do sequel bait all the time. Mm-hmm. It can be done respectfully in small doses.
Unfortunately, people are lazy and they want to do the thing they know will make money.
Exactly. That's the big thing in Hollywood right now. Be like, if it's something that's be like already people know, and it's something people don't know, they don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's one thing. It's talking about things that should not be touched. Like what movie do you personally think be like Hollywood should not touch with a 10-foot pole ever? Be like the original's good enough. Don't touch it again.
I'm so sorry. It's cutting out, so I
Oh.
didn't really get to hear all of your question.
Okay,
I don't know
so-
if you
What
can
movie
hear
do you
me
know,
at
Hol-
So
what
when
movie-
it comes back, I will try and
Okay.
answer as best I can.
My question was, can you hear me now?
Because to me, it is completely paused.
Ah.
One moment.
Boom, boom, boom,
Uno momento.
boom, boom. If you like to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile, if you like to waltz with potatoes
perfect
up
in between
and
music.
down the produce aisle.
Rough.
Someone doesn't know the song.
I'm just trying to get it a beat, okay? With a dog bark.
You actually did a pretty decent thing with that, with the Veggie Tales without meaning to.
You're most
Because I
welcome.
know you don't know Veggie Tales.
No, I never grew up with it, and we're paused.
Which is why I plan to put it on the list sometime next year. Yeah, we lost the connection.
We
I can
lost
see
connection
that.
too.
No, I think it's us. Period. Yeah. Go back in.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Are we back?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just
Okay.
gonna leave the video off.
Oh, okay.
So you had mentioned what is a movie that you would like to have not be touched,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
And a movie that the system should not touch. It should be just left alone as it is.
Totoro.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm trying to think of one other than that.
I think of Back.
one
I
off
think
the
of
top
Back to
of
the
my
Future.
head.
That trilogy
Yes.
should be closed at this
Yeah,
point.
it should be
Yes.
closed. The director and
Yes.
the writers have said, be like the Hollywood will not touch it until they're dead.
Yeah.
as they should.
Yeah.
Keep it
And
as
so
it is.
and so whenever one of the Bobs dies, and it's like, great, here we go. And then like every 80s, 90s kid's gonna sigh of relief and like a sigh, and it's like, oh great, here we go. But it's just like
I have another one, and it's also from one of the Bobs. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
do not
No one
want.
should
I do
ever
not want a
touch
sequel
that.
to that film.
That is fair.
Ever. It
Yeah,
should be kept in a capsule.
Yes.
Don't touch it.
Leave
Perfect. It's
Rescue
perfect.
Rangers to be its spiritual sequel and let it go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I do feel that Rescue Rangers is its spiritual sequel.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was very Who Framed Roger-esque.
Yes. Even though it was executed kind of poorly.
Yeah, comparatively
Poorly.
it wasn't great. But yeah, no, I think what you guys mentioned are absolutely perfect. I can't think of one specifically for myself, but I think that those ones are absolutely, yes. Back to the Future, keep it there. You know, it had 3, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, definitely Who Framed Roger Rabbit, definitely Totoro. Like, gotta keep it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's another one that I just popped in my head, which is really weird because I haven't watched it a bunch, is Ultraman Rising.
Oh.
I almost don't want to count that because that is actually part of the full Ultraman universe, multiverse.
Well, I don't want a sequel to happen to that one specifically.
Well,
think
I
is what
hate
mean.
hate to tell you this. I half expect it to.
They do it already. I know. That's
No,
the
I-
problem.
I
I don't
haven't-
want it to because I think it's a perfect ending.
I haven't heard of them making another one, but I would not. At the very least, I will not be surprised if Emmy and that version of Ultraman doesn't show up in something else.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
may
the
not
thing
be a
is, too,
direct
like-
sequel, but
No. If they have her like as a some kind of character in an Ultraman game or something, I'm not against that at all. Like in different media, I think
They-
it's fine. I
it-
think I just don't want to see a direct.
don't be surprised if there's pictures of it in like a full tokusatsu thing because they did that
I'm
with.
sure there will be.
They did that with the original American cartoon Ultraman that we
really?
reviewed on Marchan's show.
Ah.
'Cause there are tokusatsu versions of them.
Thinking of, oh my gosh, I don't want to see it, but that'd be really funny if they did. Remember how they did, since we're talking about kaiju, remember when they did 90s Godzilla?
Oh
2000s
gosh.
Godzilla?
Here, lizard.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying, but that Saturday morning cartoon is actually very good for what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, gotcha. I was
We've,
gonna say-
we've watched a number of episodes of that, so
Yeah. Thanks, Marchan.
I watched
remember
half of it
the
before that.
animation was from the guys that did the Men in Black
Yeah,
Yes.
one as well. That and I think
that show has my favorite line. That's kind of metatextual. There's a monster attacking Japan, funnily enough. And this kid's looking out the window and says, "Look, Mom, Godzilla's here in Japan." And the mom looks at silly boy, what would Godzilla be doing in Japan?
Man.
Because he
It's like, well,
From here.
well, yeah. Well, yeah. So that, but I feel like this nostalgia sequels happen so much. Like it's almost like a game of like, how long can we wait before we make another one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
or just remake an old film that was good, but people kind of remember, but are not going to go back and watch because why watch anything before 1980?
That is true. And also, it relies a lot of like me and Drew's generation is like the 80s, 90s kid because we're the I don't want to say like the
I would say
because a
we're
lot
the
of nostalgia is being pulled towards our generation.
right, and I would say that our generation is like the first one that was kind of saying we don't want to watch anything before this date.
Yeah, which is
Except
totally
which
stupid.
is stupid on our part
Yeah.
to say,
I
but
was gonna say, yeah, I grew up with like golden age, silver age musicals, so I'm definitely
Right,
fair.
definitely
but
an
I mean,
outlier.
Jacobs mentioned that when he was a kid, he didn't watch anything black and white because he thought it was just old.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I will tell you, I kind of felt the same way for a long time.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because it's black and white. Why would anyone want to watch something in black and white? Well, I eventually gained an appreciation of the black and white, but not everybody does.
exactly.
But
Yeah, I think it's just like you said. It's getting appreciation for stuff. You kind of for once you get exposed to it, you go, "Oh, that is kind of cool." Like I have a story like that where and it's kind of a funny, weird one. I had never played Final Fantasy in my life.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about it. And then one of my friends, we had a sleepover. It was for like a badminton team, girls badminton team. So we all hung out. And she's like, hey, let's watch Advent Children. I'm like, what's that?
Don't tell me you went right into Advent Children without having seen anything about 7.
Nothing. I knew nothing. So it was really funny. I was like, this
That
is
is
very
fair.
anime. I kind of like it.
It's good. It is a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, I'm 90% certain that the next time that I get to put in for a patron pick from our chance show, that I'm putting that movie in there.
It's good. It's good. And like I said, I didn't know anything. Like I
Yeah.
knew his name was Cloud from those friends. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah. So, yep. And that's the thing. And maybe
And if
maybe
it was
that's
I bet that was the original version of Advent Children too.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
it wasn't
It probably
complete.
was, yeah.
It wasn't complete.
So yeah, it's like because that original one gives you almost no idea of what's going on, even if you've
No
played the
context
game.
whatsoever. None. Yep. But maybe that's the takeaway is that, with new IPs, just try something new. It's fun.
Yeah.
Try it. You'll like it. It's the
He
same
might-
with food. It's the same with music.
Yeah.
It's the same with movies. You might like it.
Yeah.
Indeed. On that note, I do think we need to wrap it up now.
Agreed.
Artsy, is there anything you want to promote before we cut out of here?
Otherwise, he's a really good artist.
Now. Oh, thank you. Any place you see me, it's Artsy Steph, ARTSIESTEPH. I have a patron now, Artsy Steph, and Artsy Steph Art. Anywhere you look around, you'll probably see that, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Slight schedule change on our next episode. We will actually be doing a Cellcast Plus episode on the new Superman film, so join us for that. All right. Well, thank you thank you again for joining us, even though it was kind of very last minute and in the middle of a hangout. And,
Thank you for inviting me.
and if you want
Appreciate
to, want to keep hanging out, we'll keep the hangout going for a little while. I have no end time on that, so.
that.
But yeah, we words are hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In the meantime, this has been Drew,
This is real.
And this is Artsy Steph.
and we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On, and Remember, that's Cell with a single L.